And today we are joined by Karyn A. Temple, Senior Vice President and Global General Counsel of the Motion Picture Association, and we're very glad to have you here with us. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here today.
So I would like to start off by asking you, why is the Motion Picture Association so focused on reducing digital piracy?
Well, the film industry contributes significantly in terms of economic growth. It benefits not only the film studios, but everybody who works in the film industry, from costume makers, makeup artists, clothes artists as well. And so it is a big business for a number of people who make the film industry their day-to-day jobs. Digital piracy harms the industry. And so it's not only harming the big studios, but it's harming everybody whose job relies on the film industry to make a living.
And how have the MPA and initiatives such as the Alliance for Creativity and Entertainment, ACE, helped curb the spread of piracy in the modern era?
Yeah, so we find one of the most effective ways to combat digital piracy around the world is to develop partnerships with other organizations that are in the film industry as well as in the overall content industry. And so our Alliance for Creativity and Entertainment not only includes our major MPA studios, but it includes nearly 60 other organizations that are involved in various aspects of the film industry, all working together collaboratively to address digital piracy. And I think by partnering together, we are able to be more effective. Our organization, ACE, not only works in Latin America, for example. We have investigators and lawyers located in the United States, but also in various parts of the European Union, in various parts of Asia. So we're able to really tackle digital piracy on a global scale. So not focusing just on individual acts of piracy, but piracy that really does have that global impact, and we're able to be most effective in that way.
And can you give us specific examples of successful actions taken by ACE in Latin America?
Yeah, so I would say one of the largest actions that we undertake, just last year, we were able to work with law enforcement to shut down a major illegal streaming piracy service in Peru called Cubana 3. That was one of the largest, again, piracy services in Latin America, and we were able to collaborate with law enforcement to go after the operators of that illegal service and get it shut down. And those are the types of operations that we regularly do with ACE, partnering with law enforcement around the world.
And can you walk us through the impact of a major ACE enforcement action?
Well, when you think about it in terms of digital piracy is competing with legal services. And in Mexico, for example, some of the top streaming services are actually illegal streaming services. Netflix, I think, is the third or fourth highest ranked service behind illegal services. And so that is depriving, again, legitimate workers from those economic benefits from legitimate activity. So when we go after digital piracy, we are able to ensure that the legitimate services and all of the workers who are participating in legitimate services are able to get the economic benefit from those services. And often what we see, once we go after an action and we take down an illegal service, we are then able to influence and help customers go to legal services. So after we see a shutdown of an illegal service, often people will then go to legitimate services in order to get access to legal content. One of the other things that is, I think, a benefit from our enforcement actions is that we often see when consumers are going to legal services, what they don't realize is that they're exposing themselves to other types of cyber harms, malware, the capture of their personal identification and their identities. We have done studies where we've noticed that you're more than 30 times more likely to be a victim of malware when you're on an illegal service than obviously when you're dealing with a legitimate service. So when we're shutting down illegal services, we not only shut down the operators of those services, but we're also able to help protect consumers against the malware and cybersecurity threats that they're facing by participating in those illegal services.
And could you tell us a little bit more about the MPA ACE teams in Latin America, in the region?
Yeah, so we are steadily growing our footprint in Latin America. Right now, we actually have nearly a dozen different organizations that are not just our MPA studios, but are organizations from various countries in Latin America that are partnering with us to grow our enforcement capabilities. So we have partners in Argentina, in Chile, in Venezuela, and we are continuing to develop partnerships in Mexico City to go after and combat piracy in Latin America itself.
And what does it take to become a member, an ACE member in Latin America?
So it really takes just a commitment to fight piracy. We have a membership structure where those content industry partners who are interested in joining in the fight against piracy are able to join with our ACE organization and be part of the strategy to help solve the problem of illegal piracy.
And lastly, I would like to ask you, I know that this is ACE's first trip to Mexico City. Could you tell us a little bit more about ACE's recent visits and, what are the plans for the future?
Yeah, so we have had our members, team members of ACE, visit various parts of Latin America in the past. We recently, in 2022, were able to participate in a Latin America-focused anti-piracy summit. And so those are the types of things that we do regularly. We also regularly work with the IP attaches that are located in the region from the United States, with the various embassies as well, to do trainings, presentations about both the harms of digital piracy, but also ways that we can partner together to address digital piracy.
Well, great. Thank you very much. I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to add.
No, I would just let it. Mexico City is a beautiful city, so I am really just pleased to be able to be here today, and it's been a wonderful visit so far. I look forward to coming back.
Great. Thank you so much for
Thank you so much.
being with us today. Thank you.